Did you have a nice Thanksgiving?
Go Birds.
Did you actually eat the turkey and watch the game? Did you get to do it all?
Sure.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. That's what Thanksgiving's
Yeah.
all about. Family's just like the dessert on the plate, but the real meat and potatoes are meat and potatoes and football.
There you go.
Although the game stunk on Thanksgiving Day. They were all the first game was good, Detroit and Green Bay. But that Cowboys game was a dud.
Mhm.
Funny, we went ran out and let the kids look at some lights where we were for Thanksgiving and then came back in, and in that what felt like 10 or 15 minutes, it went from 20 to 10 to 100 to 10 in that Dallas Washington game. And then the night game was kind of a clunker.
Meh. Yeah. But I'll tell you that Eagles game last night, nail biter.
Go Birds.
We were supposed to watch the finale of Stranger Things, and that last episode is 2 hours and 2 hours and 20 minutes long, I do believe. And my husband says to the kids, "Well, look, we'll watch it after the Birds because it's a 4 o'clock game. How late could it go? We'll watch it after." It went into overtime, nail biting.
They're
Everyone's all
even
stressed
saying they're
out.
like, we might go into the Sunday night game a little bit. Worth it. Worth
Yeah.
every
Whew.
dang second of
It was
it.
too close. It was too close, though. Too close for comfort. But yeah,
See,
so
this is
now
but it's like so I think this is what gets lost on people is listen, like the Phillies losing was disappointing. And especially in the moment, you're upset with it. But like it's really, really, really hard to win a championship in any professional sport. So when your team is on a run, when your team is looks like they might have a shot, ride the wave, man. Like just you know, there are cities like Philadelphia. I'm 38 years old. I've seen 2 championships. There are cities like Boston where New England won a bunch and Boston won, and then the Celtics won, and the Bruins won, and the Red Sox went on a run. Like it's just,
yeah.
you
And you
know,
never know because do you see New England's record right now? Yeah.
right. Well, ask them if they trade in the last 20 years of incredible success for this year of a clunker, and I'm sure they'd probably take all the Super Bowls. But that's the point. Is I think the Philly season was upsetting because when they lost, I think they were the better team than Arizona. Arizona ultimately loses in the World Series, and you just go, God, if they could have just
Mhm.
cleared that hurdle and they had the chance to win and do all that. But at the end of the day, you know, there's a different vibe around the Lehigh Valley when teams are successful. Everyone's going to go to the Wawa on Channersville Road. I have my hoodie on, probably got an Eagles hat on. Hold the
Go
door
Birds.
shut. Go Birds.
Everyone's go Birds.
It's
Go Bir
just
in
the
fact,
vibe. It's
uh,
just the vibe.
my son was over a friend's house to watch the game around the corner from us, and, the mom sent a picture, and it turns out there were 2 boys over there to watch the Eagles game. And, the other mom said, "Oh, if I knew it was gonna turn into a party, I woulda sent buffalo dip." And I'm like, "No, you mean Philly steaks." Buffalo dip. What are you doing? I don't know if that was just a weird coincidence.
Way to lay the law down, Selena.
Yeah. Buffalo dip.
So yeah, so that's and they've been doing it in such a they're doing something special right now. Can they stay healthy and run
That's
the
the
rest of
thing.
the way? That's
How many more games left in the, regular season?
so they're 10-1. So there were some reports out there that they clinched a playoff berth yesterday, which technically isn't true.
Oh, really?
Technically, because hypothetically, if the Eagles were to lose all their games the rest of the way and all the teams behind them won all the games that they had to win, technically the Eagles could be out. But some of those teams play each other, so they're gonna, are all those games gonna end in ties or all those hypothetical situations? They're pretty much in the playoffs because ultimately somebody behind them is going to lose a game at some point. So they haven't technically clinched a
Being
spot,
very
but it would take
conservative about this.
like
Sure.
a bunch of ties, and it would take a lot of craziness. But
All right.
Yeah, so hopefully this game this week is huge. Their next 2 games are monster. If they could somehow come away healthy and winning those games against San Francisco and Dallas, they could kind of take the last month of this, not that they would, but could kind of take the last month of the season and cruise because nobody would be there to catch up to them.
All right, it's looking good. By the way, you can get more highlights too, because Crockett loves talking about
That's not true.
birds too, and his in-flight.
Never heard of them until yesterday. This is my first hoodie. I bought it.
Go check
Yes,
it out.
I do the Inflate Eagles podcast,
Yeah.
and yeah. So
Meantime, we've just been, enjoying football, eating lots of leftovers. Make today the last day for leftovers. 4 days is good. I'm glad I was
sure, if you're a
reminded.
quitter,
I actually have a towel that says leftovers are for quitters. So I've been quitting for the past 4 days. It's time to finally, it shouldn't sit in there anymore. And that green bean casserole all the way in the back, it's not crunchy anymore. The best part of the green bean casserole are the crunchy fried onions on top.
part where you put it in the trash can.
It's mushy now. It's time for it to go. You're right. But that pie, man, that pie's gonna last. I'm savoring that pie as long as possible. My mom brought over that hubcap size pumpkin pie from Costco and the hubcap size apple pie. And I've always wanted. They're huge.
Give me some slice. I have not had any pumpkin pie yet, so give me a
You
hubcap.
haven't?
Yeah,
You haven't enjoyed Thanksgiving yet. You need
it's
that pumpkin
true.
pie.
It's like it never
That's enough.
happened.
And my mom also got that. It's a chocolate mousse cake. And maybe you've seen it walking through Costco, and I've always wanted to have it. Always. But I'm like, oh, the thing is so big. You need a party for that. My mom made it happen. I was very happy. Okay, there was turkey too. It was delicious. But anyway, the cake and the pie, fantastic. You can see too if you scroll down a little hello from the family. They survived the Thanksgiving, so it's down below the Thanksgiving.
I don't believe that picture was taken on the day of Thanksgiving. I think that was a pre-Thanksgiving picture, and I think
Everyone
they're all
gathering.
ailing now. Kelly, good morning. Tim, bunch of Eagles nonsense. Yes, the Eagles are in the playoffs. Technically, they are not in the playoffs just yet because technically teams could still match 10 or 11 wins. So if you go to NFL.com or you go to any reputable, they haven't technically clinched, but they've just
He's being
about.
conservative.
Yes.
Tim.
Yes.
So there you go.
Candida, good morning. Thank you.
Good morning. Yeah, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. All right, everyone.
Okay.
Have a great Monday. You're getting back in. The kids are still off.
Sure.
At least, are your kids off
No,
today?
go Birds. No, they're back in school. Go Birds.
They are?
Yeah, they're back in school. Go Birds.
Kids are sleeping in. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Okay. Bye. Have a great Monday. I don't know why we're whispering. Bye.
Because if I'm not whispering, I'm screaming. Go Birds.